Welcome back to the High Point Podcast. We're on episode 10 here. I am your host at Rick High Jr., joined by my co-host at JDubTines. Jacob, how are you doing?
Not so great, man. We just lost to the Arizona Cardinals, so that's all I can say.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that if people are watching our episodes, it's just hate watching at this point because you're a Cowboys fan and I'm a Texans fan, and we've just been going through a bunch of disappointment. And maybe people will, revel in that.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said Cowboys fans were jaded, but good Lord. Just getting served up on a platter by Jacoby Brissett, no less. It's tough.
Yeah.
That defense can't do anything.
Yeah. We'll get into that game. One little tidbit that I saw, though, today was that the Cardinals are going to go ahead and stick with Jacoby Brissett moving forward.
Saw that.
At least for the game Sunday at the Seahawks. Noticing. Very, very interesting. But we'll keep an eye
Our
on that.
defense is so bad, they make backups look like starters.
Yeah.
What can I say? I mean, every quarterback's just going to feast on our defense. I don't know that today's trades are going to make that big a difference for this season. Those are probably future moves, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Let's get into our warm-up notes, followed by trade talk. And then today, we're doing a little bit of a shorter episode. After we get past the warm-up notes and trade talks, we're going to go right into our tip drill, which is going to be really exciting, followed by our picks, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with our warm-up notes. Alrighty, number one, man, my Texans have been a disappointment. The one shining spot from the game was Kaimi Fairbairn, and turns out he might be dealing with an injury, and his status right now is kind of up in the air. I will say props to Denver. They've been really able to pull it out when it matters, right? There's been a couple of these narrow games that they've been able to win. Were you able to catch any of that one?
Yeah, I watched the majority of it. I mean, I was texting you about it.
Mm-hmm.
That hit CJ Stroud had took looked really scary. Do you have any idea if he's cleared concussion protocol or anything?
I saw his mom post a picture with him saying like, hey, everything's good, but I don't think he's cleared concussion protocol yet, which I wouldn't be surprised, right? It usually takes a few days to clear concussion protocol. But, I think ultimately he'll be fine. If not the next game, then the following game. I think at this point, I was hopeful for probably too long. I think at this point we need to pack it up. I don't think there's going to be much more of an attempt to make playoffs. I mean, we're a little too far behind the ball. Indianapolis is crushing it. Jacksonville's 5-3, and they may be doing better. They're probably like on the upper end, especially with some of the trades they made. So I think ultimately, especially if Stroud misses, it's crazy too, because I think if that hit didn't happen and he stayed in the game, I think we win. Not that Davis Mills necessarily did anything wrong. I think he was great given the situation, but I think CJ Stroud can make more dynamic plays when he's when he's actually in that that mode, right? I think he does have the propensity to do that. So yeah, it was disappointing, but hopefully he gets well soon and we look towards next season. Maybe we play spoiler and hit the Colts and give them another loss, but as far as postseason, I don't see anything else happening.
Yeah, I mean, never say never. I think you guys still have a chance, but realistically, probably like the Cowboys, that's like a 10%, maybe 15% shot at playoffs, something like that. Broncos are a good team. It was a close game, and it took them, rallying to win. Your defense is great. It's still a top 5 defense. If you guys can stay injury-free for the rest of the season and go into next season with a healthy defense, maybe add a piece or two in the draft. I mean, sky's the limit, as far as Stroud or, the offense can take you guys, I think, because the defense is up there with the best of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're stout. They're number 1 for points allowed, which is right around the 14 or 15 mark. And Denver beating us, even to beat us, took them 18 points. So, even that didn't stray too far from the norms for our defense. I think they're great. I think they're a really good stout defense. As one of the things we talked about in the X Factor episode, I think I named Henry To'oto'o, and
heard his name called several times.
Exactly. Great defense. We just there's there's a disconnect on the offensive side of the ball, and I think it's more on the new OC, Nick Haley, than it is Stroud. Um, even the wide receivers, like obviously there's Nico, right? But even the, you know, 2 through 6 wide receivers, they haven't been great, but they've been doing, about what I would expect. I think, you know what? We could talk about Texans another day. We deep dive into like,
Just making you sad.
yeah, we deep dive into like what went wrong. Maybe that's a good idea for an episode towards the end of the
Yeah,
season,
what went
right?
wrong for
What went
sure.
wrong for your team type of situation. We'll move on to the next one for now. I have Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers pulling
Oof.
out a win despite a near Colts comeback. So for me, I still view the Colts as the top team in the AFC. Like yeah, they slipped up here, but they still made a damn good effort to get back into the game. Um, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's getting it done. It was mainly their defense getting it done,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was surprised. Did you catch any of the clips from that game or
I
see?
just watched clips. I didn't see the actual game. I saw mostly Daniel Jones looking like New York Giants Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
What did he, 2 interceptions? I'm trying to find the stats right now. I know he fumbled.
Mhm.
It was just bad. Took a couple of sacks. TJ Watt was just after him all day. Aaron Rodgers did his thing and did what he needed to do to win that game. So that was a classic Steelers game. I'm not totally sold on the Colts still, but
Okay.
I'm also like, they're definitely not last year's Colts. They're a good team. They're going to win your division. They're going to be a playoff team. I don't know if they're going to be a 1 seed.
Yeah. You think
It's
you think they'll
football,
drop
man. It
some?
was a close game. I think, nobody's perfect. The Colts are going to drop 1 or 2 more probably throughout the season.
Mhm.
And the Steelers are, at the end of the day, at least a decent team.
Mhm.
So they can beat anybody any given Sunday. So I just chalk that one up to, it's the NFL. We'll see what happens with the Colts the rest of the way. I'm not sure who they play next week. The Falcons, yeah, that'll be a better game. I'm interested to see how they play against the Falcons, who I think are a better team than a 3-5 record right now.
Mhm. Um, Speaking of fake teams, fake demons, Packers lose to the Panthers at Lambeau. So I I had to kind of deep dive on this a little bit because I was, aside from that game, I'm looking at like, okay, what does their defense look like? What does their offense look like? Why are they struggling in certain areas? And stats wise, their defense is fine, their offense is fine. I'm just so surprised with how they've been able to just play to the level of their
Yeah,
opponent, right?
yeah,
And in this case, narrowly losing to Carolina. But, I was looking at it, Carolina loss. And I think Carolina, much better team than they were last year, but I don't think anybody's taking them seriously yet. Win
yeah,
against the Steelers, which that's a good win. Narrow win over the Cardinals, narrow win over the Bengals, tied Cowboys, and then of course lost to Browns.
yeah.
I think you probably respect Green Bay more than, I think we both respect Green Bay more than we're disrespecting like Indianapolis. Like I know earlier you're like, I don't view them as a threat just yet. Um, I feel that way with Green Bay, but maybe not. I'm not sure how to put it. I don't see them as a threat, but I just, they their games haven't wowed me.
I agree. Yeah, they haven't been to just blow the roof off offensively. Their defense is good, solid, but they don't get a crap ton of turnovers or anything like that.
Mhm.
They do get sacks, obviously. I don't know, man. This is just kind of another weird one to me. It was a
Mhm.
weird week. I chalk it up to any given Sunday, and the Panthers are not a bad team. And I think it's like you said, the Packers kind of play down
Mhm.
to lesser opponents. We saw that with the Browns. It's just one of those head scratchers. Maybe everybody was off that day. I don't know, but it is strange that it happened in Lambeau. That's strange.
Yeah,
Um,
I think where I tend to go is like, okay, with what you just said, like, oh, maybe it was an off day. Championship teams don't have off days, you know? I mean, whatever, they'll have a loss, but it'll typically be to a damn good team. They'll stumble here or there, but it won't be this egregious, right? A tie to the Cowboys, a loss to the Browns, a loss here to the Panthers, and some of the wins you're barely scraping by less than a touchdown. That's starting to get a little rocky, right? That's not a championship caliber team, in my opinion. We say things like that, and then you have somebody like the Giants as a 6 seed, 9-7 going and winning a Super Bowl, right? So,
Yeah.
it ultimately doesn't matter as long as you can turn it on when the time's right. So,
Sure.
so yeah, that was interesting game. It just seemed odd. Like I don't think anybody was circling that one on the calendar. Like, yep, here's upset special.
Yeah. Just an off game, I think. I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like I think I said it before, like good teams win close games.
Mhm.
And that was a close game. Very winnable for Green Bay. Carolina did everything right. Props to Rico Dowdle, man. He's going off.
He really is.
Yeah, he's churning that team right now. So good for him. You may not believe in the Packers. I still think at the end of the day they're going to be in the NFC Championship game.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Speaking of Rico Dowdle and the Panthers backfield as a unit, I am very surprised that Chuba Hubbard didn't get dealt at the trade deadline, just because you don't want to see him rotting away on the bench after the year that he had last year. He was a top 10
yeah,
running back by yardage. I thought he definitely would have gone somewhere, but no dice. So we'll get into that as we get to the trade talks, of
for
course.
sure.
The Bears snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. That was crazy. They had a very large lead. They let Joe Flacco, of all people, get back into it. 170 pass yards from him, by the way.
Don't
Vintage.
disrespect the elite dragon.
No, vintage Joe Flacco. The Bears, however, Caleb Williams able to find Colston Loveland in the end zone with 17 seconds left. Very crazy finish to that one. From what I was able to see, it was crazy that even with all that, even scoring with 17 seconds left, Flacco still had an opportunity to to try to get a Hail Mary in, right? I do think this Chicago Bears offense is good, clearly putting up 47 points, right? There is just something that is needed on the defensive side. Um, I think we've talked about their coach being a solid coach, being the perfect fit with Caleb Williams. I like a lot of that. So I think, give it a year, give it 2 years, they will be a contending team.
I'm not ready to say I'm wrong yet about Caleb Williams.
Mhm.
Okay, let's give it a season. If he can sustain this throughout the rest of the season, then yeah, I'll say I'm wrong. He's better than I thought he was, but I'm still skeptical. We'll see. I,
Sure.
I think Ben Johnson can make a quarterback look a lot better than he is. So
That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, Cam Little, 68 yarder with the Jaguars, ends up setting a new record. Shout out to him. He had that
yeah,
70 yarder in the preseason. And, there's so many people like, it's preseason, doesn't matter. He can't do it when it counts. He did it when it counted.
for sure.
I do appreciate the Raiders in that game. They didn't want to settle for a tie. After they scored, there's barely any time left in overtime. They decided to go for the two at the end. They wanted to win the game versus get the extra point and tie it. Obviously, they didn't get it. Jags win, but I still think that's a ballsy call, especially when you're trying to just grasp at any wins to get some team morale going, to get some boost going. So unfortunately, it didn't pay out for them.
From my perspective, the Jags should have won this one handily if they're a 5-3 team,
Mhm.
and it's the Raiders. They're a bottom 3 team, and it was a 1-point game. Took a 68 yarder to win it. I
Mhm.
like that the Raiders did not go for a pansy tie. One tie is too many in an entire season, so I'm happy about that, but skeptical about the Jags too, which is why I think you guys still have a shot at playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're playing this week, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 games back from them, and we play them this week. We can narrow that gap. Who knows? But even then, I don't see a likelihood of us getting to the playoffs with our schedule that remains. But yeah, Chiefs and Bills was also very exciting from end to end.
Yeah,
James Cook getting it done with his legs again, and Josh Allen getting it done with his legs. More of a, big ass tall quarterback getting into the end zone type of situation for him, not exactly a rushing yardage thing, more just a rushing power thing. What did you see from that game? Anything stand out for you?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes looks sloppy. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was a down game for him, or if it was something the Bills were doing on defense specifically, scheme wise. But Didn't they say that's the first NFL game Patrick Mahomes has had less than 50% completion?
Yep. I was just about to bring that up. It was his worst game by completion percentage in his entire career, which is I don't think that's like a sign of the times or anything, right? Like I don't think this is, the start of the fall off for Patrick Mahomes. But it was interesting, and it was against the Bills defense, who uh, this year hasn't been like top tier defense, but they've been good. So
Serviceable.
for them to show up in a big moment, very impressive. I'd love to see them do that in the playoffs against Patrick Mahomes because,
Yeah.
notably in the last, however many years that this has been a thing, they win the regular season matchup, but can't seem to do it in the playoffs. Whether they're
Yep.
facing Mahomes or whether they're facing, Lamar, whoever, they just can't seem to get over that hump. So it would be nice to see them do it now. The Bills were looking pretty damn electric on both ends of the ball. Another team that was just amazing was the Seahawks. I don't want to get into this one too much. Shout out to Jaden Daniels, though, hoping for a speedy recovery. Did you see that break? I know we typically,
Oh, yeah, man.
yeah,
I watched it several times. It
yeah,
was gruesome.
yeah. I think one thing for viewers or listeners, Jacob and I are really morbid with our curiosity sometimes. I will look up injuries from all angles. Like I have a background in health and fitness management, and that's something that I really, I don't want to say enjoy because that sounds so weird, but I like to view that from a like physics perspective of what went wrong, what caused the break type of situation. Obviously, this one's clear cut and dry. He stuck his hand down, and your whole body's moving in the opposite direction of that one arm. Pretty obvious break there. But yeah, that did not look great. That's not his throwing arm though. I mean, that's
What are
if
you going to stick him out there with one broken arm
no,
hanging off?
no, of course not. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if there's a silver lining here, at least he doesn't have to, go through rehab with his throwing arm. Because I
Yeah.
assume that would be worse. I don't know. Like, it just seems like it would be rough.
I
Any,
mean, I hate to say I called it, but dude, the Commanders are exactly who I thought they'd be at this
Mhm.
point in the season. Maybe be a little bit earlier than I thought. Just
Yeah,
injured. Terry McLaurin, obviously Eckler at the beginning of the season. Now Jaden Daniels. It's not looking good. And yeah, that was an ass kicking. And Seattle looks really good.
yeah.
And they're only going to get better too. So we'll
hmm
talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold's looking really good.
I see. I was saying that, a few weeks back. I said like this is low key one of his best years he's ever had, if not the
Yeah,
best year. Yeah.
yeah, the
Um,
best.
and he's just every week proving that more and more and more. So yeah, that good for them. I like to see the Seahawks keep rolling. They've been one of my more favorite teams to watch this year.
For sure.
Cowboys, however, are cooked. I think the season's over. I think right now, enjoy the electric offense. They're going to get another 3 wins max for the rest of the year.
I can't disagree with you, man. I have no false hopes about playoffs at this point. Like I said earlier, I think we got like a 10% chance or something like that.
hmm What, for
So
playoffs?
it's yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's not looking good. The teams that are ahead of us we're not beating them in the tiebreakers. The playoff picture for us just does not look good.
hmm yeah. And
The offense though is still entertaining to watch.
yeah,
So I'm still going to watch for the offense, knowing that the defense is just going to frustrate me to no end.
yeah.
And it sucks because, man, I just if the defense were decent, we'd be a playoff team with how good the offense is. But it's not to be this season. This
No,
ain't our year.
no, I don't think so. And looking at the schedule moving forward, you guys obviously have the bye week this week. Then it's at Raiders. You see, I said
That
3
should be
wins.
a win.
I
That
said
should
3
be a win.
wins, but it's even sketchy with that, right? I don't think Raiders necessarily have the greatest home field advantage in Vegas. Like, it's pretty much them and the 2 LA teams where visiting teams have kind of dominated. So, and by crowd, I mean, I should not like dominated, like won the game,
Record wise. Yeah.
right? But at Raiders, and then rattle off a pretty tough one: Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, and then at Commanders, at Giants. So again,
I
I
mean,
think 3
4 of
is
those are winnable games.
I think 3, and that's being optimistic. I think Raiders, Commanders, and Giants.
Not Chargers?
Nope. I don't think Chargers.
We'll see. We'll see on that one. I think the Chargers and the Cowboys are in kind of similar situations, except the Chargers have a better record, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Listeners, drop it down below in the comments. What do you think? How many wins do the Cowboys have left? I'm saying 3. Jacob's saying more than 3. Let us know what you think.
No. I said those were winnable games. I don't know that they're going to win them.
Okay, fair enough. All right. You gonna bounce into the trade talk? All right, Jacob, you ready to move into the trade talk?
Let's do it, man. Most
Cool.
exciting trade deadline we've had in a while, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, we'll go Sauce Gardner to the Colts.
Big one. Big one.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, Colts are saying we got this great record, this great lead on this entire division, and currently leading the conference as well. Let's go all in, push in all the chips. I think they gave up 2 first rounders
I
to get
don't
Sauce.
know.
I want to say it was 2. Because you got it from Jets, and I know Jets for 2026 and 2027 right now are stacked when it comes to their picks, first round picks specifically. So, I think they just decided to go all in. What are you grading this one? Like if we did like a A to F scale?
Honestly, man, I'm going to give this one an A. Sauce Gardner's a prime player right now.
Mm-hmm.
Colts are in their window. This is a great move, regardless of if they overpaid, and you're always going to for an in-season trade. But this is a keystone piece to a defense that, I mean, can only get better. Obviously, they've been good, but they can get better. And I think in the trade talk, we had them as they needed D-line most, but heck, Sauce Gardner, you're never going to turn that down. I think it's an uncharacteristic move from the Colts, who don't typically trade, and they were right to do it. So yeah, I think if you're a Colts fan, you got to be really excited right now.
Yeah, I'm not a Colts fan. I'm devastated. This is gonna suck for my Texans.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for you guys. That's going to suck for years to come for you, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's specifically for Nico. Sauce is great covering up your number 1. So yeah, we'll deal with that when we get there. But Sauce, fantastic player. I agree. I think this one's an A. Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys. Great. I think. I mean, Dak said it himself how excited he is, as he should be, right? It's nice to get some help on that side. So, I don't think this moves the needle for wins this season. But if this is a sign to come of how they want to help here, how they want to build and try to give Dak even more pieces to make a run next year. Because obviously I don't think, I think you and I are in agreement that this year isn't the year. Who knows? Maybe they think, let's make a push. I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe that's the mindset that they're in.
Yeah, I was listening to Dallas Sports Talk Radio earlier today, and if you kind of take this trade and package it with the Micah trade, you're looking at Cowboys gave away a second round pick next year, first round pick the year after that, defensive tackle Mozzie Smith, who he's been a project and I've not been a fan, so I'm no love lost seeing him go. I'm fine with that. Obviously, Micah Parsons, we get back Kenny Clark, and what was it, a 5th round or something? All in all, I mean, getting back Quinnen Williams, is it Queenan? I don't know.
Quinnen.
But he's a great player. I think he's a good personality, and he's still got plenty of gas left in the tank. He's not young at this point, but I think he's a good, solid player, plays well, and I think it was a win-win. This is kind of an indictment on the Jets on both these trades. Unfortunately, I think the Jets are definitively saying this is not our season, and more than likely, Justin Fields is not our guy. So, I don't think he's going to have many prospects after this. The Jets, though, I mean, it could be exciting as a Jets fan, right? Like, you weren't doing anything this season.
Yeah.
Next season, next couple of years could get interesting if they make the right plays.
Yep. I don't think this is going to this isn't going to be what manifests from this situation. But you look in the NBA with OKC completely just wholesale taking and getting rid of everyone that they had and getting back a ton of picks, a ton of picks. And then now that has turned exactly. And this has turned into the fantastic team that they have now and the stability that they have for the next few years. And they still are rich from that part of the front office. They still have a lot of picks,
For
which of
sure.
course now that they have the momentum, they've won a championship, they can keep it rolling by taking some of those picks and going and getting another star player.
Just bolster it with young guys on cheap contracts. Yeah.
Yep. Um, so I would like to say, yeah, that's what the Jets are planning to do here, right?
Yeah.
Jets have been a pretty I don't want to say badly run franchise because there's definitely, but maybe they're in the bottom like 5, right? So um, hopefully this is a sign of a good turnaround for them.
I would say they have a bottom 5 owner in the league in Woody Johnson.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, it's the Jets are probably going to jet. We don't know what happens, but there's hope for Jets fans, I guess. This nebulous, like, future hope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys, though, I'm thinking a B.
Yeah, I think B's fair.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
like if they were, trust me, if they were like rolling and had, you know, a different record and this is their all in push, then I'd be like, yeah, this is an A move, right? I guess
Sure.
it's, you know, if you're just looking at it in a vacuum, fantastic move. I think it's great. But
It's a long-term play.
yeah. Next up we
I
got
do
Rasheed.
find it interesting the Jets, basically, if I'm recalling the reports correctly, basically said they wanted a 3rd rounder for Breece Hall, which I thought was a little cheap,
I thought so too.
and nobody took that offer.
Right. I think the Chiefs offered a 4th rounder and said, nah, go ahead and keep him. Like, okay, so part of
I
me
know
is
you
like,
would have taken that. If you're the Chiefs, you would have taken Breece Hall for a 3rd. Absolutely, right?
I would think that, but you know, we have to consider running backs and their longevity, which is not a lot, right? So I don't know if they factor that in when they're thinking about like, sure, it's a 4th rounder or a 3rd rounder now, but if you got a year and a half out of that Breece Hall before an injury or before
Yeah.
something happens where his, like foot's off the gas and he's not as good as he once was, do you take that bet or would
And
you
I don't
rather
know how
hold
much
on
he
to
has
that?
left on his rookie contract either.
That's true, yeah. Or do you take that 3rd rounder and go get somebody that can last a little bit longer than a running back? So maybe that was the reasoning, but I feel like running backs are
I think a big
valued.
part of it right here is he's on the last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah, that probably has something to do with it as well. I think that running backs, you know, obviously they get devalued for the reason I said of typically shorter careers. But I think at this point they're getting undervalued by too much. I would have given that 3rd rounder for Breece Hall. I think that would have been a good move. But
Hey, man, going back to what we were talking about with the Panthers, they've got Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Like,
yeah,
I don't think it's a bad thing to have 2 good running backs. The
yeah,
Lions have shown us it's a really good play, I think. So yeah, maybe that's the future archetype for the running game in the NFL. Maybe
yeah.
you have to have 2. Maybe it's no
1-2
longer
punch.
about having one guy that can do it all.
Yeah, I guess, you know, would you rather have like 1 A+ guy or 2 B- guys, right?
I'd still rather have the A+ guy,
Really? Okay.
but I'm sure you can scheme things. You know, there are offensive geniuses in the NFL that can do things
Yeah.
that I can't even conceive. But, you know,
Like if you're going for a Super Bowl, right? Do you want Derrick Henry or would you? I was gonna say Lions. I was gonna say Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, but Jahmyr Gibbs is an A player
yeah,
at this point, so I guess it's not a fair comparison. I guess it would be like, would you rather take Jahmyr and David Montgomery, or would you rather take Adrian Peterson if you're like shooting for a championship?
that's tough, man.
See, that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have 2 B- than a 1 A+.
For the depth more than anything.
Exactly.
If we're talking about a single game, probably AP.
Oh yeah, for a single game, absolutely. Give
Yeah.
me AP every single day. Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. I feel some just slight disappointment because it takes away snaps from your guy, the guy that you named as an X factor. I'm blanking on his name. Is it Thornton?
Torrey Horton.
Horton. That's who it is. Yeah. So he's probably going to lose some snaps to this,
Oh, for sure.
but he's still a returner, so he's still going to have opportunity to make big plays. But I thought that was a great get, especially given that it seems like Saints are another one of those teams where it's like sell everything.
Yes.
And Seahawks are buyers in the moment because they have Jackson Smith and Jigba, great. Now they got a guy to take away some eyes. They can draw some defense off of Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great move. I think that one's a B as well.
I don't know, man. What did the Seahawks give up for that?
Uh, I don't know.
I mean, I'd be willing to say it's an A.
Yeah.
And, if the Seahawks go on to make a deep playoff run, then we look back on this and it's an S tier trade, right? I think Rashid Shaheed's one of those really young, talented guys, speedster. He's been thriving regardless of who his quarterback is.
Mm-hmm.
That's how open he gets. So yeah, I think this was a great move by the Seahawks. Let me see I'm trying to see.
For 2
4th and 5th round picks next year. Yeah, I mean, that's whatever, peanuts.
Yeah.
I'd give it an A.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call it an A. I'm good with that. I'm going to skip over this next one. It's just Adonai Mitchell to the Jets. He's been so-so with the Colts.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was. Yeah, he must have been packaged up in that Sauce Gardner trade. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's great for the Jets. I don't think, obviously, it doesn't do anything for him this year, but he's a good receiver, a good like 3rd or 4th receiver.
Yeah.
So I mean, good for them. I think that's like a C. Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars. Does that move anything for you?
Oh man, I had Jacoby Myers in 2 or 3 fantasy leagues this year, and I've held on to him. And honestly, last week I dropped him in one of the leagues, and then I saw like trade rumors, like trade target, and I picked him right back up. But the Jags are not who I wanted him to go to.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think he's talented, but I also think he's a little too much of a head case.
Hey man,
I don't know. It's tough to say if that's going to really help the Jags out.
Hey, pump the brakes. We talked about how wide receivers need to be divas, and this guy is a diva. All right.
Yeah, but he's also like the entire season. He's basically been like, yeah, like trade me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care where he goes. He doesn't care who he plays for. He just wants to get paid. And I don't know. I think you have to show a little bit more discretion than that.
Mhm.
If you're going to be a diva about it, like stand for something. And this guy, I don't know. It just seemed like there was no leverage at all. And the Raiders were just over him. And they wanted to get rid of him by any means necessary. And they really didn't care what they got back for. So I don't know. I don't think he's washed. I think he's talented, but we'll see if he can do anything in Jacksonville.
Yeah. I think at least at the moment, I'm going to call this one like a D+, just because there's so much that remains to be seen. Logan Wilson to the Cowboys. Do you,
D-tier
as a Cowboys fan, do you care about this trade at all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Our linebackers suck. Overshown. Outside of him, like our linebackers just suck. So yeah, I'm willing to throw in anybody and try it, give him a shot at this point. Logan Wilson, I don't know, man. Getting benched on the Bengals defense, which is the worst in the league, that says something, but I don't know. Maybe he just needs to change his scenery and he can ball out.
I was just about to say that exact phrase, change scenery. I think that's something that can, for some players, just completely turn it around. So maybe this will work out and this will be your next guy. I think, again, that one has a lot that remains to be seen. I think either like a C+, B-.
Okay. We put it in C+.
Okay. Jalen Phillips to the Eagles. And you know what? Before you say anything, let's group the next one into Jair Alexander to the Eagles. So both, solid defenders moving over to the Eagles.
I wish people would stop trading good players to the Eagles, God damn it.
I will say that, like, I didn't view the Eagles as a bad defense or like a defense with many holes. Like I feel like they had solid players at those positions already. The rich get richer here.
These are depth plays, I think, more than anything. Yeah.
I don't hate it for them. I think it's great for them.
Yeah, it's great for them.
I hate it if I'm anybody else in the league.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for them. I would say probably B+ to A for that one. I think those are.
Yeah, I think they gave up a 3rd rounder for Jalen Phillips. I don't know what they gave up for Jair Alexander, but either of those guys are names, like you said, solid defenders, if nothing else, depth pieces. So yeah, the rich get richer. The Eagles are going to make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, I think so. And last one here, Trevor Penning to the Chargers. O-line, by the way.
I was about to say, who is this guy?
Yeah, O-line. I think, obviously with Joe Alt going down and the other number of injuries that they've had to the O-line, I think this is a smart move. I think offensively, they're set at every other position, right? I think they have solid tight end who has been great recently. Gadsden,
Gadsden, yeah.
obviously a solid wide receiver core. Omarion Hampton, or I'm sorry, he's still out, isn't he?
They got Keenan Allen, Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnston.
At running back though, Hampton's still out.
Right now it's Kamani Vidal and who's the other guy? I don't know.
It's all good. I will say that like it doesn't seem like it's been a glaring issue for them at running back, even though like again they've with that whole situation, it's obviously not ideal.
Yeah.
So I mean, like here I'm looking at their box score here. Jarrett Patterson, who's already moving back to the practice squad, Kamani Vidal. Yeah, okay, so I lied. It's not great. They've definitely kept it more through the air than anything else. Herbert's even getting it done
I think
from a
Hampton
rushing
is going to be
perspective.
back after their bye.
Okay,
So
that'll
like
do
3
them so
weeks.
much.
Yeah.
So I think the play to go get an O line is the right move here because
They had to do this, man.
yeah,
They got to keep Justin Herbert alive for this season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I think that's plenty of. Okay, by the way, we'll call that one. I think that one's a B. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. It's smart.
Yeah, smart play.
Keeps Herbert from dying. I think that's a good move from them.
I agree.
Are we ready to get into our tip drill on a shortened episode?
Yes, sir.
Let's
Although
do
I
it.
do need to step away one more second. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Sorry about that. Had to say goodnight to the wifey.
Nice.
I am ready to rock.
Alrighty, let's jump into the tip drill. First thing up, we're gonna do an AFC North draft.
Oh, man. On the fly, too. Haven't done any research for this.
Up here, boom. AFC North draft. Alrighty.
Any idea who went first last?
Yeah, we flipped the coin, and I don't remember who went first.
I'm pretty sure I went first last, so you take this one.
Okay, cool. This is a good,
Talented division.
talented division. I
For
agree.
sure.
I think the biggest disparity here is going to be running backs. All right. I think for me that's the biggest disparity amongst the positions.
Yeah.
Where's your heart
This
at? Walk me through this right now.
I mean, I'm at D-line right now, and I was thinking, Myles Garrett, obviously.
Mhm.
But TJ Watt, it's like a 1A, 1B. I do think Myles Garrett is better. So give me Myles Garrett.
Yep, I agree. Smart move. I think he's for me. I think that's number one at this position.
I agree right now.
If we're going, I'm going to go wide receiver next, and I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. Best receiver in the division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think that would be decided. Yeah. Who would Zay Flowers? Like, I don't think anybody.
Nobody else competes with him.
Yeah.
T. Higgins, probably.
T. Higgins on his own team.
Yeah. Yeah, you head and shoulders beat me there. I already feel like I'm losing handily here.
I mean, you could take the number one quarterback off the board for this. By the way,
give me Lamar Jackson. I'll yeah.
I should say what we should do because I think this would be the most fair. This is current, so I'm not going to take Joe Burrow. I think that's fair. I shouldn't take Joe Burrow. He's injured.
You can take him.
Nah,
He's an active player. He's just injured at the moment.
Yeah, so he'd be injured on my
Lamar
team.
was injured for a couple weeks. I would have still taken him had we done this draft 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
no question. Don't hamstring yourself.
Okay. How about this then? Because I don't know where I'm going to go here. So I need to. Yeah, I do. I'm going to go defensive back. I'm going to go Jalen Ramsey. You know me.
Okay.
I got to build it out from the defensive backs first.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm really struggling with this one. I think I'm going to leave running back since you've already gone. None of the linebackers are really standing out to me at the moment, and maybe that's because I'm a dum-dum.
No, I was thinking the same thing. There's one guy that I like, but I don't even think he's like,
considered good.
I don't want to say that, but yeah, kind of.
Okay, give me Denzel Ward.
I
think that's a good solid pick.
Yeah, I agree. Denzel Ward. So the guy I was talking about.
Oh, please don't be the guy I just looked at.
For linebacker?
Yeah.
I I just saw who. Are you thinking Roquan Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Is that
Roquan
who
Smith.
you're? Yeah.
No, that's so so obvious.
Yeah.
And I'm actually disappointed that I didn't know that one off the rip. Yeah, dude, Roquan Smith there, obviously. Do you want to know who my other guy was?
Who?
Carson Schweisinger with Cleveland.
Carson Schweisinger. I don't know much about this guy.
He's a middle
Browns?
linebacker. He's solid. He's been solid. I like him a lot. So,
Okay.
or you can do this little cheat code. Technically,
No,
TJ Watt's listed as
that's exactly what I was about to do. Quit reading my mind. Give me TJ Watt at linebacker because he technically is a linebacker.
if it says he's a linebacker, then you could take it.
It's legal.
Yeah, weak side
Ooh,
linebacker. It looks like
I'm feeling better about this draft.
yeah, stout defense.
Just a little bit.
Shit, where did I go here? Because I'm not so okay. You know what? I just don't want to deal with it right now. I'll take Joe Burrow.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm gonna
Good
give
man.
him the spelling on his jersey when he was at LSU.
All right, I think I just found a good one. Give me DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't think I realized. Yeah, he's with Pittsburgh.
Steelers, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't have any Cleveland Browns on my board here, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. Let me go ahead and get Zay Flowers as my other wide receiver.
Read my mind there. All right, well, then give me Quinshawn Judkins at running back because I like him.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. I mean, look, what are our other options here? Pittsburgh has
Jalen
Jalen Warren.
Chase Brown.
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean, you
like
already
Chase
took
Brown
Derrick
this year.
Henry, so
I haven't really liked Chase Brown this year. I don't know if you agree with
he's
that or
been
not.
busy, but not great.
Are we still okay? Again, I ask again because I do feel like this is cheating a little bit. If they're injured, we could still pick them.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take Trey Hendrickson. I got a lot of.
I don't fault you for that.
I feel like I have a lot of Bengals here, don't I?
3.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
My last wide receiver's got to be T. Higgins.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, okay, low
I
key,
would have gone Zay Flowers, though.
yeah, yeah. Low key, I think though you probably have a better situation wide receiver wise because I think Chase and Zay Flowers kind of play the same role.
Eh,
I think,
I think Chase can play more of an outside guy and Zay Flowers underneath for you. Whereas I think Higgins is more of a steed. Well, I think Metcalf and Higgins are probably more comparable players than Flowers and Jamar Chase.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's close. I'm curious to hear what people think.
Yeah. Drop it down in the comments. Who won this one? I think it's me. Jacob thinks it's him. Let's throw it to you guys to give us our decided, final vote here. Next up. Do you want to do yours or do you want to jump into mine? Yep.
All right. So this next game or exercise, not really a game. I don't have any slides prepared, but we're gonna rank or give our thoughts on teams' traditions / rituals.
Ooh,
We've
okay.
probably hit on a couple of these before. Some of them just came off the top of my head. Some of them I just did a quick Google search on. I'm curious if I missed any of them that you find notable. We're just going to give our thoughts on them. Tell us what you think. All right, so I started with the Bills. This is a good one.
Mhm.
Obviously, the jumping on tables.
Hell yeah.
I think it's awesome. It's unique. They do all sorts of things with it, from gender reveals to anything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's something that's uniquely Buffalo. I'm not sure when it started necessarily, but I think it's great. I don't know. I think it's like a top tier sort of tradition in Buffalo.
I like to think that it started at the very first game. That's my headcanon. Like
No,
some guy was like, fuck yeah, I'm just gonna jump off onto this table. Like I don't care. Tailgating, dude was hammered, jumps onto it. Very first game of the Buffalo Bills' existence. That's probably false. This is one of the coolest things. I love the Bills fan base. They are one of the top, they might be the top fan base in all of the NFL for me. Not only because they are wild and crazy and do things like this, but also because they're very kind and genuinely like one of the best fan bases. So yeah, this is a top tier tradition. Yeah, all 5 stars across the board. I don't know if we're grading these.
I mean, however, just,
That's perfect.
arbitrary ratings. But yeah, I think that one's top tier.
Yeah, I love that, man.
I'm going to give you one I'm curious what you think about.
Sure.
Steelers, the terrible towel. It's unique.
I think
It's got a lot of history. It goes back a lot. I mean, it's older than most of these on the list.
Mhm. I think it's cool. I like that it's a hmm, is it a yellow towel or is it a white towel? I forget.
I don't know.
I feel like if it's a white towel, that's boring. Matter of fact, A&M copied this, and they do a white towel. They
Mm,
they do that as well, but I don't think anybody knows that tradition as a A&M tradition, even though they say all traditions, whatever, whatever. Um, I know this is the terrible towel. I know this for Pittsburgh. I love it. It's simple. It's effective. I like it.
yep, I like
So
it too.
I I mean, sure, some people may not necessarily look down upon it, but I'm sure there are people within their division that's like, who cares? It's a stupid towel. But it's like it's simple, it's fun, it's easy. You can
Yeah,
have a piece of memorabilia that you can take home with you because it costs $3 and it's
absolutely.
a cool towel.
Top tier for me.
I'm with it, yeah.
Since we're talking about other things that Aggies stole, Seahawks,
Mhm,
12th man,
mhm,
they did it first.
mhm. Well,
What do you think?
hold on. No, I
Right?
think I think the Aggies did it first.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. Aggies have had the 12th man thing going on for a long, long time. And I think, and I only know this because I have a ton of Aggie family members. I believe, as the story goes, is they
All
had
right,
somebody.
A&M 1922.
What's that?
It's A&M
Yeah, you
1922.
looked it up. They had a player get injured or something and literally pulled a student out of the stands, suited him up, and they played. They didn't really take any snaps or do anything effective, but the idea is we brought somebody out of the stands. You are a part of this team. We are all one heartbeat, that type of shit. But I'm pretty sure it was started by them, and they definitely own that one. So the Seahawks doing it. If the Aggies didn't do it first, I would think it's cool, but they're kind of copying the Aggie thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't do enough research for this. I was thinking the Seahawks did it first and the Aggies copied them, but now knowing the truth, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Mhm.
It's not an original thing for the Seahawks. So, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of a nebulous thing to begin with, right? Like it's not anything you specifically do or wear per se. Like it's just,
It's
it's
a
like their
thing.
fan
It's
base
a
is the 12th man. It's just like a
right.
nickname for the fan base. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
I will
let's
say
move on.
I will say I am not I'm looking at the camera because I'm looking at any Aggies that I know that are potentially watching this. I like the 12th man, and I don't think that just because Seattle does it and then we found out that you guys did it first, that doesn't make me hate it less. Um, I think it's great. I should have said hate it more. Who cares? My point being is I think the 12th man is a cool thing. As far as the naming convention, the idea, the story behind it. I think
Right.
it's cool. That one's cool. It's gonna be hard to find anything in this list I'm not gonna like because I just like football history.
Well, I've got a good candidate for you next.
All right.
So this is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Uh-huh.
Does anything stand out to you? Any guesses?
Is it the Duval County thing where they do the
Yeah,
Duval? Okay.
they
Hey,
say Duval.
yeah, it's stupid.
What
All
do you
right.
think?
There. You're right. You found one. You found one. That's so stupid. Who cares? Yeah, I think because they're in Duval County. Is that the whole?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. No, I think it's lame. I think it's lame. It's not
It
cool.
seems like one of those things where they've just struggled for so long to find an identity outside we suck at football.
Mhm.
Like let's just shout the county that we're in. I don't know. I agree with you. I think it's kind of lazy. In practice, it's probably fun to
Mhm.
be part of the crowd and doing the chant, but you could be chanting anything and being part of a crowd's fun.
Yeah, I'll say this is not like a one-to-one comparison, but if it's similar to like how Miami-Dade, right, the Miami-Dade County, for a while, I think people were making T-shirts whenever the Heat were doing really well, and it said
Yep.
Miami Wade, like
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick, right? Like, kind of ties into the city. This sucks though. Stupid Duval County. Who cares? That sucks.
Oh man,
Nobody
you're
in San
really gonna piss
Antonio for
off
the
that
Spurs.
the two Jags fans out there.
Oh
You
yeah,
better
they're
be
gonna be
careful.
mad at me.
Yeah. Leave a
Nobody for the
comment, Jag
San
fans.
Antonio Spurs is talking about Bear County. Nobody for the Texans. I don't even know where it's.
Many, many counties. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure where the stadium's at, but you get my point. Like,
Yeah,
who cares?
I agree.
That one's kind of
I'm with
lame.
you. All right. This next one you better not think is lame because it's my Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Any guesses?
No.
It kind of got more popularized during the Tony Romo era, and we haven't seen much of it recently because we haven't been as good.
Mhm.
But the Landry shift, do you know what that is?
No. What's the
All
Landry
right,
shift?
so when we go into victory formation, the last time that the linemen go down to, get set and everything,
Mhm.
they go down and then they all stand up straight and then they get set again.
Huh.
And that's the Landry shift. I can't tell you why like they do that, why like how it originated, but it's something that goes back to, the Tom Landry Cowboys. I
Interesting.
think that one's really cool. It's something that's uniquely Cowboys. It's not really something that gets a lot of fanfare. Normal people watching are not even going to notice it.
Yeah, like me.
But if a Troy Aikman's watched commentating on a Cowboys game and we win, and they do the Landry shift, he's going to point it out, and I think that's really cool.
Simple. I think that's cool. I think it's I'm
Go
gonna be
watch a
honest.
video of it on YouTube. It looks cool.
Okay. I think I'm inclined to say like sure. It's fine. I like the how you explained it, but like as somebody who and I've seen a lot of Cowboys games just being in the region, right? And it being America's team, so they're literally on all the time. Doesn't matter where you're located. Yeah, I can't say I recognize that one off rip. Like if I mean, you did. You said Landry shift, and I didn't know what it was. So,
I'm going to send you the link right now so you can watch it.
hey, man, I believe you. I'm with you. I think I want to say like just you saying that. I'm like I've seen them do that. I think. Yeah, you put
I
in the
mean,
chat
to
here.
me, it's something cool that it's small. They don't make a huge deal out of it. It's something they do to pay tribute to one of the all-time great coaches. When we win, so we don't do it every game. You have to like earn it.
Ah,
I think it's cool.
yeah, you know what? See, I have found the reason for me disliking it, and not really disliking it, just not really knowing. I haven't seen a lot of Dallas wins lately. Maybe that's the reason. No, I just saw it, and by the way, that is the most high def video I've ever seen. Like that, it seemed like that
This is the
resolution
first
on
one
that
that
was
came up, but yeah.
nice. But
All
yeah,
right, let's move on.
yeah.
The Vikings have one of the most badass
Ooh,
ones.
yeah,
Well, two. The skull chant.
yeah.
I think that's the best chant in football.
Hmm.
And the Viking horn to start the game. And they bring back, big name players,
Yeah,
big people in the organization. I think that's cool. Uniquely Vikings. Nobody else can do that. I think it's badass.
I think it's very cool. I agree. Skull chant's cool. The clapping along with it. The whole stadium's clapping along. And then yeah, like you said, they it's usually is it a previous player or like sometimes it's like a celebrity or is it always just a previous player?
I thought it was like somebody with the Vikings organization, previous
Okay.
players, could be coaches, front office guys. I don't know, but I maybe that's something to look into.
Yeah. It's cool nonetheless. I think that one's great. That's a top tier one. They're Vikings are another one of those fan bases where I'm like, I'll never hate you. The Bills, the Vikings, there's just certain fan bases where I'm like, they're good people.
So the next one,
Mhm.
and we've already talked about this one in a previous episode, but the Lambeau Leap has to be mentioned. One of the oldest and best.
Mhm.
I think we both agree that's top tier. We've already talked about it. Just had to put it on the list.
Yeah.
The next two I have, I'm not sure if they're related at all, but it's the Bengals and the Saints.
Mhm.
So the Bengals say "Who Dey,"
Mhm.
and the Saints say "Who Dat." I'm fairly sure the Saints came up with it first, and I don't know the history behind either of them. But I'm
Mhm.
just kind of inclined to think these are both sort of weak.
I So I remember looking up what it was, and it's literally just rallying cries for both of them.
Yeah, like is there history behind it?
Not really.
I think
I
"Who
mean,
Dat"
history.
definitely has more historical roots. So I'd be inclined to say that one's probably better. "Who Dey" just seems like something totally random to me.
Yeah, yeah. I think I like Who Dat better. I
Yeah.
think the city kind of embraces it more. I looked them both up though, and they both it just very vaguely, uh, just a cursory Google search, both say in the 1980s. So it's
I
like,
see the Saints chant was in the 70s and then Bengals did it later in the 1980 season.
well, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense then. Why inherently I think the Saints one is better. I think the more I think about it, I feel like I've heard the Who Dat one from the Saints more than I've heard the Who Day with the Bengals. So yeah, Who Dat is definitely better.
I agree. All right. Couple last ones here.
Go for it.
I do need to point out Vegas and Cleveland. Both have a similar sort of thing.
Hmm.
So Vegas has the black hole and Cleveland has the dog pound. And they're both just sections of the stadium where super fans dress up in crazy attire and just go nuts. You know, I don't think there's anything really special about either of those. I think that's kind of something like any college campus across the nation does. I don't know. I just think it's kind of lazy, other than just calling it something special like the black hole or the dog pound. I don't know. I think it's sort of goofy. And then the Browns one especially, like they've been memed to death with the bad costumes and the signs that look incorrect and don't spell anything, and just I don't know. I find it more funny than any sort of like intimidating or like that's cool. What do you think?
I'm torn because I actually do like this. I love when fans get really, really into the game. I like when there's a section dedicated to them where they can just be as crazy and dress as silly as they want to. I think that's a part of the game, a part of the culture. While I myself am not that person that will dress up, I like to watch TV and see those people dressed up. Or I like to even go to the game. I'm on my way to, go get another beer and I'm passing a guy that's like 6 foot in like armor or something. That's kind of sick. Like, it's fun. It brings a lot of whimsy to the game, right? So I don't mind it. I like it.
Interesting.
So I'll say that it's as far as traditions go, like things that, teams are known for. I'm glad that the Raiders and the Browns have something because they kind of suck otherwise. But I think this is a good one. I like when fans dress up.
Okay. We'll disagree on that one.
Yeah.
All right. I got 3 more.
Cool.
I don't know why, but I think this one's cool. The Jets, Jets chant. Jets, Jets. I don't know. Some may think that's lazy, but it's kind of like the perfect little spelling chant for me. Like the Eagles do that sometimes, and it just sounds weird to me. But 4 letters, Jets. I don't know. I think that one's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's something they've held on to for a long time. So to the Jets' credit, I'll give them that one. I think that one's nice.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about a number of times here, things that are simple and effective. That's one of them. I think you're right. It's literally 4 letters, and you could do a nice 4-beat count to it, right? So yeah, that's a good one. I like that for the Jets.
All right, I got 2 more. The Patriots have their end zone militia. Have you seen that?
No.
So they basically got a group of guys dressed up in like, Revolutionary War attire, and they fire muskets and stuff when they score touchdowns.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's okay. So this isn't like sanctioned by the team? Like this is like, I guess what I'm asking is this a fan group for the Patriots that are just like, yeah, hey, give us field passes?
No, I'm fairly sure it's something that the organization does.
They
employ. Now, fans may, get to volunteer and do it, but yeah, I can't imagine an NFL team just says, yeah, you group of fans, like, go out there with your fake muskets and fire them off. Like, no, that ain't going to happen.
Okay, fair. But I mean, like, they'll, depending on the fan group, if it's like endorsed by the team or whatever, they'll get them down on the field and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Just 6 random dudes with muskets. No, you're not getting anywhere near me and my $1 million players.
All right, this last one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to send you a link, and I want you to read this for me.
Sure.
This is my favorite Philadelphia Eagles tradition of all time.
This is a tradition, okay? Eagles fans literally eat horse poop after Super Bowl win. Is this real? This is not an Onion article?
It's from the Philly Voice.
Wow. I mean, they've only won 2 Super Bowls, right? So at least they're not eating a lot of poop.
It's from 2018.
Man.
And there's a video.
So what constitutes a tradition?
Just to describe what's happening in this video. Obviously, there are lots of horse cops and police presence in Philadelphia because the fans are going to go absolutely nuts whether they win or lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Horses poop all over the street. There's a video of some random drunk fan bending down and eating horse shit off the ground.
Cool.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's my game.
Cool. I feel like that last one was more of a shot, less of a tradition, but hey.
Oh, no.
If
that was definitely They do that every year, win or lose.
Okay, if they do it after every win or loss, then hell yeah, that's a tradition. Don't know if it's a good one, but glad
Listen,
they
man,
screwed
Cowboys
up.
fans may be obnoxious, historically terrible, but we do not eat horse shit off the ground of Philadelphia. Okay?
No, Cowboys fans just eat horse shit metaphorically.
Yeah, figuratively.
All right, next one. I believe we're gonna play a game, and it is called Guess This Champ.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you a depth chart. I'm going to have some of the more important, obvious players edited out, just like question marked. But there are several different iterations. Sometimes I'll just show you an offense. Sometimes just a defense. Sometimes I'll show you a full 22. But
Okay.
basically, you are going to. I think it's unfair to ask you to name the year, right? Like the Super Bowl year. You just have
No
to tell
way.
me like which team it is.
Okay.
All right. So first up, I'm not giving you quarterback, tight end, or your main wideout, but I'll give you Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, and LaShawn McCoy.
This is the Chiefs.
Okay. As an added bonus, do you know which Chiefs team this was?
Was it the first Mahomes Super Bowl?
It is. Yeah. This was the very first one. Mahomes, obviously Tyreek and Travis. I feel like if you knew those, you'd get it right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Snipe that one. That was a bit of an easy one. So we'll follow up with some more difficult ones. This is a defense. So we got Derek Wolfe, Sylvester Williams, and Malik Jackson across the front. The linebackers that I'm giving you are Danny Trevathan and Brandon Marshall. Safeties, we got TJ Ward and Darian Stewart. Chris Harris is one of your cornerbacks. The other one is unnamed. And then this guy over here, I wanted to make sure he was still noted. He's a nickelback that they would sub in.
I think
from
I got
time
it.
to time. So I wanted to put him just to know, like, he is a notable person here.
This is the Patriots, right?
This is not the Patriots. Take another guess.
Buccaneers?
It's not the Buccaneers. This is the Broncos. The people I left out would have given it away immediately. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware as the other two linebackers, Aqib Talib as that other corner, and Bradley
Roby
Roby.
would have given it away too. Honestly, Chris Harris should have. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I didn't want to get rid of both of the cornerbacks. I feel like that would have been unfair.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one we got. Oh, it's a full 22. Okay. So on the offensive side of the ball, you got. I'm not giving you quarterback or your main wideout, but you do have Odell Beckham Jr. here and Van Jefferson. Kendall Blanton is the tight end, and Cam Akers as a running back. On the defensive side, you are missing a cornerback. You're missing a defensive end, a linebacker, and then a safety. But I'm giving you David Long, which is another one of their, I think it's one of their corners actually. Darius Williams, Nick Scott, Leonard Floyd, Ernest Jones, Ashawn Robinson, and Greg Gaines.
So I'm pretty sure that the missing defensive lineman is Aaron Donald.
Mhm.
Wide receiver 1, Cooper Kupp. Receiving passes from Matt Stafford. It's the Rams, right?
This is the Rams. You got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I left Von Miller out of this one too. It's his only 2 Super Bowls. So I was like, if I put Von Miller in this one,
Yeah.
after that one,
That'd be a giveaway.
yeah. Eric Weddle up top. Jalen Ramsey is the corner. So just so you know who else was left there. We're back on offense. Running back, you have LeGarrette Blount. Large wideout, you have Chris Hogan. Tight end, you have Martellus Bennett. I'm not giving you anyone else.
Pats.
What gave it away here?
Blunt.
Really? Okay.
And Chris Hogan was also the guy that they would never shut up about, played rugby or something, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Obviously the other ones would have that's supposed to be say Julian Edelman, not Julian Amendola. Yeah, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Tom Brady, of course. Defense. So you have Corey Webster. The other corner is not named. You are missing both defensive ends, but you have Linval Joseph and Chris Canny. You have one of your safeties here in Kenny Phillips. The other one is not named. And then right there up in the middle for the linebackers, you have Matthias Kiwanuka, Chase Blackburn, and Michael Boley. This one I feel like is one of the tougher ones.
Well, I only have one guess. Vikings?
This is the New York Giants, 2011. Do you think these names would have given it away between Justin Tuck, Jason Pierre-Paul, Aaron Ross?
Only
and
Jason
Roll?
Pierre-Paul would have given it away for me.
Justin Tuck wouldn't have?
No.
Okay. I figured those, Aaron Ross, and then Antrell Roll would have given away. So this is another full 22. So I'm not giving you the quarterback, running back,
Oh, I already know
or
who it is.
I think this one, is it more noticeable of the people that I left off on the defensive side?
No, I know the wide receiver. Both the wide receivers give it away for me.
Really? Okay.
Well,
Who is it?
and one of the both the linebackers.
Okay. Who is
It's
it?
Seahawks.
Yeah, it's the Seahawks.
Yeah.
See, I took out all of the
Had to take all the big name Legion of Boom guys.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
and then took off Doug Baldwin, Marshawn Lynch, and Russell Wilson from the offensive side. You got it from Jermaine Kearse and Golden Tate?
Heck yeah.
Sick. Yeah, I don't know if I would have. Actually, I probably would have with Golden Tate, but I
I
know
was a
he's
Golden
been,
Tate stan.
yeah.
I mean, he was Lions and Seahawks, but yeah, I knew him from
And obviously the Lions never have not won. So
right.
yeah, this is the only option. Yeah, I should have taken him off too then. Next one up, we got an offense. I'm not giving you anybody except for the tight end, Jay Novacek, and one of the wideouts, Alvin Harper. Get in your bag. Get in your bag. Who is this?
I've got two teams in mind, and I'm going to feel so stupid.
Uh-huh. I'm thinking Jay Novacek.
Is it the Cowboys?
What's that?
It's not the Cowboys, is it?
It is the Cowboys, yeah.
Thank God.
I
don't know why, but the Chargers was in my head.
Interesting.
Did Novacek ever play for the Chargers?
Oh, I have no clue. No, this was their 92 team. Obviously, wideout Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman under center, Daryl Johnston, and Emmitt Smith. Any of those names would have given it away immediately.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I was like, even
I'm glad
in
I
my
guessed
knowledge,
right and I don't look like a fraud now.
yeah. Even in my knowledge, I was like, I don't really know who Jay Novacek is. Like, I've heard the name, but if you were to tell me like, hey, who did he play for? I wouldn't have given a good answer.
I don't know why Chargers popped into my head. That's so random.
Yeah, I don't know. Defense. I'm giving you everybody except for the middle linebacker. So just for audio listeners, Dwayne Starks and Chris McAllister at cornerback, Kim Herring and Rod Woodson at safety. Your other two linebackers are Peter Boulware and Jamie Sharper. Again, you're missing the middle linebacker. And then across the front, you have Rob Burnett, Sam Adams, Tony Siragusa, and Michael McCrary. Can you name this one?
I've got two teams that come to mind, but I don't know why. And it's only because of Rod Woodson.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders?
So it's
or
not
Steelers?
Raiders. Because I don't think he ever won a championship with the Raiders, did he?
I don't know. Steelers?
It's not the Steelers.
What am I thinking?
I hear you typing away. Are you cheating?
Yeah, I'm looking now. He did play for the Steelers. That was his first team, and the Raiders were his last team. But no, I don't know. I don't know the answer.
It is the 2000 Ravens.
Well, Ray Lewis, obviously.
Yep.
Giving that away.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was like, I'll give you everybody except for Ray Lewis here.
Okay.
Full 22. Okay. So we got Tom Brady under center, Rob Gronkowski and tight end, Scotty Miller as a wideout, Leonard Fournette as your running back. Your other wide receivers are not going to be named. Corners, you have Jamal Dean and Carlton David with Sean Murphy Bunting. You have Jason Pierre-Paul, Raheem Nunez-Roach. You're missing a defensive end there. You're missing a linebacker. Your other linebackers are Devin White and Shaq Barrett. And then safety-wise, you have Jordan Whitehead and Antoine Winfield Jr. Who's this?
Bucks. Easy.
Okay. So I should have taken out more names then. Because I was like, oh, maybe.
You should have taken out Fournette.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you should have taken out Brady.
Yeah.
You probably should have taken out Gronk too.
Well, no, because I was thinking, oh, if I leave them in there, that might be a red herring and you'd say Patriots.
Yeah, but
I was hoping that would trip you up. It didn't at all. Wide receivers, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The defensive end that was missing was Nidaka. Oh, I'm gonna mess up his name.
Ndamukong
Suh. Every time. And then of course Levante David. And I think that's all of them.
All right.
All right. So the last game we're gonna play is called This or That. So I'm gonna give you two scenarios. It's literally like a would you rather type of situation.
Okay.
First one up. Would you rather have Tom Brady right now? So Tom Brady comes out of retirement, plays for your team, or would you rather have Kyler Murray? And walk me through your process on all these, by the way.
I think I'd rather have Kyler Murray.
Do you think so? Do you think Tom Brady's washed, or do you think he's like he wouldn't be able to get out there right now?
But physically, he's not in shape.
You don't think so?
Playing in the NFL is a completely different beast. I think since he's retired, his body's completely changed. He wouldn't be able to take a hit. I think that alone, just the H factor. I mean, it sucks because he's the greatest of all time.
Mhm.
But I think just the age alone would make him too fragile. I'd have
Man.
to go with Kyler Murray, even though he's obviously less talented and has a lower ceiling.
I was not hoping for the rational take here, but you just gave it. Yes, obviously, I think Kyler Murray makes more sense. But I would be curious because I think, if instead of Kyler Murray, like what name would it have to say for you to be like, yeah, I'd take Tom Brady? Like Justin Fields? Like, God, see, I don't know because Tom Brady is also one of those guys that the way he does take care of his body, I think if you gave him like 2 months, 3 months, he could be back to like football shape enough. Give him a good O line though, right? Because you don't want him to
Yeah.
like
I
explode
mean,
into dust.
I said all that, and then you look at Joe Flacco.
Mm. Hmm.
He's lighting it up. So maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This is really tough, though.
Yep. Next one. Oh, by the way, these are just through all of football. It's not always players. It could be other situations. Would you rather have Dallas ownership or Cleveland ownership?
Give me Jerry over the Haslams, dude.
You think
Those are
so?
some shady. Yeah, man. Those are some shady people.
Hmm.
At the very least, you can say Jerry cares. And I'm not sure the Haslams do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would also go Jerry just because again, at least you know that even if the product on the field isn't great, there is some like care and compassion. He does love the franchise. He wants everything out of it. But man, is he just like a terrible GM. And
Yeah.
Steven's not that much better.
No, I don't have much hope for the future, unfortunately.
No.
But yeah, give me Jerry over the Haslam family any day. Those people are crooked.
Crooked. Would you rather on your team have Randy Moss, and both of these are peak, by the way, Randy Moss for 2 years or Mike Evans for 6 years?
Randy Moss, no doubt, dude.
You think so? You think like, okay, you have, so I think both of these align your championship window. I think, okay, you're obviously Randy Moss for 2 years being Randy Moss is amazing. But Mike Evans having a solid guy for 6 years just has that championship window open more. Like with Randy Moss for 2 years, you might win 2 Super Bowls. With Mike Evans, you probably still might just win two, maybe one. So it's
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think we've already seen this with Mike Evans and Tom Brady. They won the one.
Mhm.
Um, and Randy Moss is just unreal, dude. He's a guy that can single-handedly win you games.
Mhm.
Give me the more talented player. That's no disrespect to Mike Evans because he is an absolute safety valve at his peak,
Mhm.
high point catch monster. But
Shout
I
out
think
High Point Pod. Shout out to the High Point Pod. Go on.
but I think just the level of talent like Randy Moss was just so much better than everybody he played against.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, hmm. I'll agree. I think that's fair. Funny enough, this argument's kind of a moot point because you're right. Tom Brady did it, and he did it with both of them. He had Randy Moss for 2 years and won a Super Bowl. He had Mike
That's right.
Evans for however long he was with the Bucks, won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
You want Lambeau Field or do you want Heinz Field? Which one to use more historic? Well, okay, that's a dumb
Lambeau.
question. It's
Lambeau.
Lambeau.
Yeah.
Which one's going to bring more ruckus though? I think it's Heinz.
Heinz.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. It's kind of a push to me. They both have different appeal, right?
okay, that's fair. We'll call this one a push. Next up, you like bird teams or you want cat teams?
This is the worst question you could have ever asked me, honestly.
Why is that?
I hate bird teams,
Really?
with the exception of the Seahawks.
I guess they're all NFC except for the Ravens, huh? And at least with the cat teams are split 2-2.
This is tough, man. It's like trying to choose between a bunch of freaking idiot bullies on the left with the birds
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of incompetent nerds on the right. Like, who do I want to be friends with in high school?
I will say cat teams historically have been terrible.
Yes.
Bird teams have had way more success.
Give me birds, I guess, for the success.
Yeah. Quite the pickle, though. You want Legion of Boom or do you want the greatest show on turf?
I mean, I'm probably biased here because I got to see the Legion of Boom live.
Nice.
So give me them.
Yeah, same. Defense wins championships. Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
You like the Fox football theme or the CBS football theme? I can
As
do
much as I
renditions of both
dislike
if you want.
Fox, I think I got to give this one to the Fox theme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets me hyped every time.
I'm going to be honest with you. I just thought that was the football theme. I thought, hey, football's
Yeah,
on TV.
it's synonymous with the NFL, basically.
And it's like, CBS is fine too, but I think the Fox one's iconic.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you take Terry Bradshaw in today's day and age in 2025? Or would you rather have Michael Vick in 1970?
Dude, Vick.
You think so?
They would not know what to do with Michael Vick.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that.
They would not know what to do with Michael Vick at all.
I just wanted to kind of do like a Crane, pick him up and drop him in different decades type of situation and see what would be better. But yeah, I guess this one's pretty easy and cut and dry. Michael Vick would have to face a ton of racism. But other than that, I think
no doubt
he would outrun everybody because there's no
Yes.
way he's not the fastest person on that field.
Absolutely.
You want a hot dog or a pretzel?
Man, I'm a hot dog guy all day.
Glizzy.
Give me a hot
Glizzy
dog.
Guzzler.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yep.
fair. You know, I'm disgustingly somebody who loves too much salt. So I think I'm going to go pretzel here because
You're
even
like a
though
deer, you
pretzel
just
is
want like a salt lick while
honestly,
you're drinking your beer. Yeah.
yeah. And
I feel
honestly,
that.
like even though a pretzel's full of salt, I'm probably ripping that and dipping it in a small container of queso, which is just even more salt.
For
So
sure. Sodium overload.
I'm going pretzel.
Not that the hot dog is any better.
No. Last one up here. You want the David Tyree helmet catch or Devin Hester's opening return from
Dude,
the
is
Super
this
Bowl?
even a question? Give me Hester.
Yeah.
All day, every day, man.
Okay. I hear where you're at. I'm a huge Devin Hester fan. I know you dislike the Cowboys as well. Or I'm sorry, you dislike the Giants as well. The only thing that I'll bring up here is that the David Tyree one mattered more in the moment.
For sure.
Like Devin Hester opened up the Super Bowl with a return. That's phenomenal. That's the first time it's ever been done. I think the only time it's ever been done. I can't remember any that happened after that. And it was electrifying immediately. Opening Bears against the Colts, I believe. But it again, start of the game, kind of inconsequential. If you're the Colts, you can say, okay, hey, they scored, let's go score. David Tyree did it fourth quarter.
Clutch.
Yeah, like amazingly important. Game's over if they don't catch it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, hey, that one mattered more. But
It
you know
did,
what?
but
I'm still going
me
Devin Hester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
okay.
electric play, in my opinion.
Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. See, me and you, this is why we do it. We do it for the love. All right, man. That's all of the tip drill. Let's get into our picks.
All right. You want me to go first? I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of detailed analysis here.
I believe you went first. Last week, you had a miss on the Lions over Vikings, but you got Chargers over Titans, Rams over Saints, and you got your upset pick with the Bills over the Chiefs. I, however, didn't do well at all with the Texans over the Broncos. Missed that one. Bears over Bengals, I got barely. Colts over Steelers, I missed. And then my upset, Giants over Niners, also didn't work out. But I think that brings us, I think I had 24 and you had 10 last episode. The numbers will be right below us. So, the viewers and
it's like
listeners
26 and 13.
Yeah. So it should be no, I'm sorry. It should be 25 to 14. 25 to 14.
Okay.
But yeah, you do yours first.
Yeah, I still got some ground to make up. So, all right. Normally I don't like picking the international games, but give me the Colts over the Falcons. This is the Sunday morning game in Berlin, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Berlin. I just think the Colts bounce back from their loss. I think they're fundamentally better than the Falcons. Anything could happen because it's an international game, and I think, like I said earlier, the Falcons are better than their 3-5 record. I think it'll be a good game, but I think the Colts do come away with this one.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money.
I have the Panthers laying it down over the Saints at home in Charlotte. That one's kind of just a no-brainer to me. I think the Panthers are across the board better team than the Saints. So that's my easy pick.
Yeah, I agree.
I've got Ravens over Vikings. So both teams coming off a win. I think Lamar looks fantastic. I think the Ravens look re-enlightened. hopeful. They're still 3-5, and the Vikings have a better record, 4-4. But it should be a fun game. But I think the Ravens come away with this one, and I do think it'll be a close one.
How do you feel about Ravens, at least for playoff push and potential like Super Bowl? Like obviously they didn't start strong, and then they lost Lamar. That probably, I would say, at least lost them one game, if not both games that he was out. Here I am earlier in the pod saying, "Hey, Houston's 3-5. Pack it up. We're done for the season." But for some reason, I don't feel that way with the Ravens. What
Well,
about
their
you?
division's wide open. It's Cincinnati,
Mhm.
Cleveland, who's not going to do anything, and the Steelers. They're their biggest competition.
Yeah, at 5-3.
Cincinnati seems to be crumbling. I'm not sure they're going to have any shot at playoffs by the time Joe Burrow's back.
I agree.
Their defense is just rank. Like I said, I don't see them making playoffs at this point. So I think it's really just the Steelers that they
Yep.
have to compete with.
Tell me your upset.
Yeah, upset is Pats over Bucks. Actually,
Nice.
I don't know why. I just feel this one. It's two winning teams, two good teams. Pats coming off a win. Yeah, Pats coming off a win against who did they play? The Falcons. I kind of see the Falcons and Bucks as comparable teams. So I like the Pats. I think they're a good, solid coach team. I like Vrabel, and I think Drake May's been doing fantastic with some honestly kind of subpar weapons. So that'll be a good one. But I think Pats. Think Pats there.
Yeah, no, solid upset pick. I don't think you're off base at all. I think that, obviously Patriots riding a 6-game winning streak, firing on all cylinders. And I think a lot of that is heavy lifting from Drake Maye. It's funny. We were talking about at the start of the season when they kind of stumbled and were 1-2 to start out. And we were sitting here like, because I
What's
had
gonna
taken that
happen?
trip up north to Maine. And you're like,
Yeah,
hey, those people were misleading you. Drake May's not that good. And here he is as
balling,
arguably,
man. I was wrong.
no, arguably a borderline MVP contender. Like he's there. He's
Yeah,
putting up some of the best efficiency, some of the best numbers. So I don't think that's, a crazy upset pick, especially with the Buccaneers not out of things yet, but obviously losing Mike Evans is huge, and they've had a small stumble. I still think Baker's just as good as any other quarterback in the league. And they still have, Emeka Buka, and they have, is Chris Godwin finally coming back? I think
maybe he's got a fibula injury. They said
Mhm.
it's not severe. I don't know if he'll be back. Probably within the next couple of weeks.
So I don't even know what Tampa Bay's home record is. Like I don't know. They're 2-1. So, they can lose at home. I think that's not a head scratcher in terms of a upset pick. I think that's a good pick.
The Patriots are 4-0 games.
Oh, nice. Nice. Both of their losses are at home. Interesting. Okay, my picks. And I'm realizing how silly this is now that we talked about, trade talks and everything, but give me the Jets at home over the Browns. Browns are a 2.5-point favorite. I think there's a bit of a good morale boost with their win over Cincy, even though they cleared house afterwards. But I think after a bye week, I think they come out swinging. And I think Browns are also in a situation where they're like, whatever, let's pack it up. I don't think there's motivation from either of these two teams that much. But
Yeah.
maybe Jets get up to at least say like, hey, let's go get another team, right? So I think that's where I have that one. Rams are a 3.5-point favorite on the road over the Niners. I'm going to keep that one there. Stafford
I
and the
like
Rams
that.
offense, again, firing on all cylinders. I think they even up the season series. They had that situation where the Niners won in LA,
That was a good game.
and it was mainly Niners fans in that stadium. Ultimately, things shouldn't change in terms of the atmosphere.
We'll see.
But
I'm gonna watch that one for sure over Lions Commanders in the afternoon.
yeah, and I think that one is also, if I'm not mistaken, the part 2 of debuting those Nike rivalry
Rivalry.
jerseys. So the Niners should be rocking the black ones that look really, really
Ooh,
clean.
those are cool. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that one.
Yep. And you'll see, by the way, the Seahawks game, they should be wearing their like special gray ones that we were talking about last time over
At home against the Cards.
at home against the Cards. Thank you. I also have here Chargers. They're a 2.5-point favorite at home over the Steelers. Simple. They have the 6th best passing. Steelers pass defense is third. I think Justin Herbert gets it done here, and they win at home.
We'll see, man. Steelers could pull an encore of what they just did to Daniel Jones, but that could be an offensive powerhouse game. Could be a fun one.
Yep. My upset here, I have the Eagles over the Packers. Packers are a 2.5 point favorite. Something, and I mentioned this early on, something about the Packers feels fake. I'm not comfortable with their losses to the Browns and the Panthers. They're tied with the Cowboys. They're close wins against the Cardinals and Bengals. I don't think that they have a statement win. Meanwhile, Philly seems to pull it out when it matters. And on top of that, Tucker Kraft is out for the season now for the Packers, so that Jordan Love kind of loses a weapon there. So yeah, I think Green Bay's going to be facing a few struggles. They haven't looked sharp. Eagles, championship caliber. They pull it out when it matters. I'm going to take the Eagles over the Packers.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think either pick is bad here. That's going to be a great game, Monday night game. Could be a preview of the NFC Championship game. At the end of the day, I think I pick Packers over the Eagles there. So we'll see what happens.
You trust the Packers more than I do, and that's fine.
Yeah, and there's probably some anti-Eagles bias coming into play there, but
yeah. That'll do it for our High Point Pod, episode 10. Thank you for listening. Find us where all podcasts are sold, where they're all hosted. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, etc., etc., etc. You can find me at Rick High Jr. You can find Jacob at JDubTines. And of course, follow us on our socials at High Point Pod. We're both on Instagram, which we'll try to be a little bit more active on, posting some shorts and posting some different things there. And then, of course, on Twitter, we will engage on Twitter quite a bit. So that's fun to do as well. And that's it. Thanks for listening. This has been episode 10.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.